Hey, welcome to Fiddlehed, Fiddle Lessons. We're going to continue learning about how to add variation to Irish tunes. Now we're going to learn something called a mordent, also known as a double grace note. So you can practice it on scales and you can practice it on tunes like Kerfunkin Jig and Chief O'Neill's favorite. Here it is in slow motion from if we add a mordent to D2. 2, 3, 2, and we speed it up. So that's what a mordent is. Now, let's learn how to do it. So, to start, for those of you keeping score at home, i.e. those of you who read music, something I'm working on teaching more for you online, but not quite yet. This is what a mordent looks like when written. Two little tiny notes slurred into a main note. All right, so they have little like slash marks through them. And if you do understand music notation, another thing to know is that they are not counted in the math of the bar. If the bar is 4/4 and you have 4 quarter notes with mordents added, then it's not like it makes it any bigger. They're so quick that they don't even get counted in the bar. So if you read music notation, you understand what I'm talking about. If you don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Some of the best Irish fiddlers ever don't even know what sheet music is. So, it's just a tool to help you. That's all. Okie dokes. So, where are we gonna start? Yeah, let's start with something simple, shall we? So, we can start with just doing open, 1, open. Because all we're gonna do is speed this up really quick. And then we're gonna do a mordent with that same thing. And eventually you want it to be so quick that it really just is like a little rhythmic accent to that note. But it takes time to do that. And so do your best to make it fast. Right now, keep your left hand light, very light touch. Helps to breathe, take breaks to breathe, breaths to break. Breathe. Maybe I need to do that. And so a basic practice for doing any variation is to go between a basic thing and a variation. That's one of the 2 main pillars of this whole variation course is doing loops like that, and then also just taking the variations and slowing them way down so that you can your fingers can get the motions, and then eventually they'll catch up to your brain. The brain is thinking faster than your fingers. So what we're going to do is do the basic and then a mordent. I slowed it down a bit there because I'm assuming you're not going to be lightning quick at it right away. And so we're going to do this basic exercise in a loop. 3, 4. So you can do that a lot more on your own. Let's move on to the next step. But I will say that if you understand that and got the basic idea, that's pretty much the whole lesson right there. So if you're in a hurry to start practicing, go ahead. Go to Fiddlehed, look at the sheet music, the exercises, the play along tracks, just dive in. I'm just going to give you some more ideas on how to practice it with the rest of the lesson. So if we were to kind of do this up a scale, the next step is 1 to 2, so we do 1, 2, 1. Now I want to give you a very powerful practice idea that if you take to heart, you will have a better ear and you will remember things better. And it's something called audiation, if you haven't already taken lessons I got on audiation, this is what audiation is. It's hearing music in your head and training yourself to just record and play things back. So you do it automatically. You know, most humans, I think, do audiation, but what I'm encouraging you to do is to practice it with the intention of working on music. So, what you would do, the basic practice of audiation is you play something on fiddle, on whatever instrument you're playing. You also play piano, you can do this on piano. And then you, without missing a beat, you play it in your head, and then you loop back and forth between playing on the instrument and playing in your head. Let's do it together. 3, 4. So let me do it again. I was thinking something while I was doing it. That's why I did it wrong. What I was thinking was, never mind. Let's just try it again. Here we go. We're gonna alternate between fiddling and audiation. 3, 4. And so when you audiate, you want to try to hear exactly the thing you did. And if you have trouble with it, there's an intermediate step. You can sing, or humming is really good. You know. So now why don't you take a moment, if you're so inclined, to pause the video and practice this mordent exercise with audiation. Cool. Hope you were able to make that fun, because it should be fun. And it can also be productive. It should be productive, but it should also be fun. Okay, so then we can just do this up the scale. So 2, 3, 2, 3 to 4. And then you can do the same things on the A string, then you can do this whole scale. Alright, and so I'll just let you do that on your own. There's sheet music and play along tracks for these exercises on Fiddlehed, the website that is fiddlehed.com. And now let's see, the next step after you've done all this stuff with scales is, you guessed it, to try it on your favorite tunes. Let's try it on Kerfunken Jig. I'm using this tune a lot for these variations just for consistency, so you can also see how the different variations we're adding apply, and you know how different variations can make the same thing sound different. So like taking the first bar of Kerfunken, and I've done lessons on jig swing, which would be and cuts and so on and so forth. So now we're going to do it with mordents. So if we add a mordent to the beginning of that, it's, and I'm adding 2, 3 is my quick mordent in slow motion, and fast again. Alright, and that's pretty much it. And you can start to experiment with it on tunes. I wouldn't go hog wild. I would start with one little piece, master that piece, repeat it 1,000 times. I fooled you. You thought I was gonna show you a funny clip, but I didn't. Haha, I'm always thinking. Okay, sorry. Okay, now let's get back to it. There's one other kind of mordent you can do, and again, this is all just variations on what you've already been taught in this lesson. But you can do wider intervals, so instead of always like open to 1 or 1 to 2, I could do 1 to 3. So open to 2 or open to 3, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, or 2 to 4. So let's do 2 to 4 on Kerfunken. Alright, that example just popped in my head, but you could do it in lots of other places. How about Chief O'Neill's favorite? Let's use the 3 as the mordent. I think in my arrangement of this tune, the variation lesson, I used low 2 there for the mordent. Here it is in slow-mo. But you could also use 3, which is a good example of a wider interval in slow motion and faster. Alright, so I think that about covers it for mordents. There's a lot more exercises, and anything I forget to mention, I usually put in the notes on the fiddlehed.com page, as well as sometimes if I forgot something I thought was really important, I'll make a supplemental video and stick that in there too. So, hey, thank you so much for your support, because this has been super fun teaching you this stuff, and I hope that all your requests, I get to them someday, and so please don't be mad that it's taking forever, but we have a huge list, slowly working through them while also trying to do these courses and things that I think are really valuable for you and other fiddlers. So, okay, cool. Thanks, folks. We'll see you soon. Go to fiddlehed.com for a progressive, step-by-step course outline, color-coded tabs, play-along tracks, sheet music, and much more. Thanks for watching the video. Excellent! And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.